Alright. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this sort of evening edition of the Stephen Shills radio show. At the moment on Wisdom right now, all the way in Sydney, Australia, and wow, you know, it's been a very crazy time at the moment, and I sort of thought that, you know, how is the internet controlling the world population and global population? You know that, and I felt, it's been a very strange time, as the internet is quite possibly mind controlling everyone. And I thought that as we move in this digital world of technology, you know, it's it's been very crazy at the moment. Very crazy. And I thought, as the Australian government's cracking down on Google at the moment, it's a lot of these tech companies think that they can just get away with, free news and free media outlets. You know that. And I feel that it's been very, very challenging as well for all of us. I suppose, however we live our lives with the internet at the moment, you're going to find that there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of conspiracy theories on the internet these days. And it's just been crazy. Very crazy at the moment on how the internet's you know just becoming another way to control society. Because, I mean, anyone can just get up and put a blog post. And you got to think that, when misinformation gets out there, it can put anxiety, fear, and doubt into people's lives. Now, I don't normally go live at the moment at this time of the day or evening. It's not my usual time. But I just felt called to do a podcast today on wisdom about how, Google is selling your personal information, spying on you with algorithms to recommend things. And it's just been really shit. And how the internet is becoming such a nuisance in your life. Now, I suppose we all need internet. Like, everything's done by internet now, but not everything's 100% accurate. I think the social media companies like Facebook, I think now is owned by Meta, has decided to publish information to the worldwide population. But however, how accurate is it, is what you got to find out. These algorithms, we have Spotify cancel culture now. And it's just become another cancel culture. Cancel culture, is become like, well, you can't have access to any free speech anymore, I've found in my life. Quite a shame, isn't it? Because free speech, as long as you're not promoting hate speech or bullying, people have a right for freedom of speech. But it goes to show, like, these tech companies are taking down Russian news media outlets that are, because Russia's now apparently the evil dictatorship of the world. So it's like Facebook wants to control everything, control your news media. So it's not good. And it's not something I'd be keen about as well. I feel that things have just when things will improve, I don't know. However, the government has so much power that they can pretty much just spy on you, spy on anyone with internet as well. Since the coronavirus pandemic, we've moved into an online society where everything was done online. Education done online. I mean, online learning was going on for years and years, even before the pandemic. It's you look at platforms like Udemy, but for me, and there was well, now it's called Wandrium, formerly known as the Great Courses Plus, where they were doing online lectures. So there is a good and downside to technology as well. But what sort of frustrates me is how the government want to stick their nose into your privacy, especially Google, They're selling your information to third-party advertisers. Which is not fair. It's an invasion of your privacy. Invasion of my privacy and my rights. That Google is doing that. And the Scott Morrison government should be basically cracking down on it and doing something about tech companies and trolling. Now, I think trolling is disgusting. I think it's wrong. I think it's terrible. I think it's made people's lives hell. And the government should be, regulating all these issues going on. You know that? So that's what it is. That's how it works as well. And how do we move on from these issues? And should we have a right to privacy when searching the internet? Because I believe we do. You know, things like use DuckDuckGo browser as well. And, you know, you got to understand that as a lot of these tech companies get bigger and bigger and bigger every year, they start to, which is quite sad, sell all your personal information to third-party advertisers. That's why you get bombarded with marketing messages, if you've ever noticed. Or if you've ever noticed, if you go into a raffle draw or something, you go into what they call a free giveaway, they're selling all your personal information. It's just quite ridiculous because I didn't sign up for all these marketing messages. I am quite pissed because, just say I go and put my name, you put your name, your number down on the do not call register or whatever you have in the United States, and you find you still get telemarketing calls. That's just, it's ridiculous. Really ridiculous. But this is what it is. There's just no privacy anymore with society. And your search history, it can be traced. Anyone's search history, especially on Google, they sell it. So all that data you have, they're selling it. And they are literally spying on you. There was a show on Joe Rogan's podcast where the whole problem with Google has come up, and I'm not very happy with huge tech companies and corporations. I just want to live a simple life, I guess. A simple life and just move on. So it goes to show that you know, I don't know what the you know, the US Constitution says if you should have privacy on your internet or your search history. But is the government really spying on you? Is the government watching you on your computer? Oh, they can. If they suspect that you're doing something wrong, any government can spy on you. Can tap your phone. They can basically listen to your conversations. So there's no privacy anymore with technology. There is just no privacy with technology. I feel that you know, as the world changes and evolves into a digital subscription lifestyle as well, the tech is always on the rise. Technology is, becoming an industry within itself, like with Apple, Android, all competing with one another, all trying to outdo everyone. And that's just how things are going now. You've got all these new startups coming out at the moment. We have what streaming services now. We've got virtual reality services, augmented reality. Media companies, you know, controlling everything. But is your iPhone, iPad device really listening to you or spying on you? You know, is China really listening to your smartphone or your smartwatch or spying in on your conversations? This is all plausible. It's all plausible that such things like these can happen. But what can we do to overcome these awkward situations? and find that, hey, I have a freedom to my privacy, what I want to do. Why should, you know, someone get involved and start selling all my information to third-party advertisers? That's not fair. That's an invasion of my privacy. You know that. So it's like every day, you know. It's like, well, if you don't have a, you know, technology device, well then how can you go to homeschool? How can you learn as well? You know, it seems to me technology these days is, you know, has to be the be all end all. But I like the old fashioned way of the, you know, if you grew up in the older generation of pen and paper, pencil and paper. But it doesn't surprise me. Like, social media, YouTube has had influence on elections, presidential elections. Um, Tech companies will influence you politically on who to vote for. So if they're on the left, they will influence you. If they're right wing, they'll influence you to vote right wing. I never thought in my lifetime of 28 years that technology companies would come to a point of cancel culture and just switching people off and canceling them. Now, if someone's working for a network or a radio station and they get cancelled, that's their job, that's their living. And you pretty much, you know, they don't have a job anymore if you've cancelled them. And I wonder why. Why is this? Why do we have these problems going on now? In 2022. Why has cancel culture become a new trend at the moment? Weird, isn't it? Very weird and very strange and very creepy. Alright, weather right now is 25 degrees Celsius. It's going to be a low of 19 degrees Celsius tonight. It's a 6:45 p.m. in Sydney, Australia. Precipitation is 56%, humidity 77%, wind 10 kilometers an hour. Fahrenheit is 77 Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit, if I'm correct. 81, with a top of 81 Fahrenheit, a low of 67 Fahrenheit. Precipitation 56%, humidity 77%, wind 6 miles per hour. So, I mean, even, you know, we're using technology now to use these algorithms in customer service where you're talking to a robot, I found. Gone are the days where you were able to talk to a real human person. Now you're just talking to a bot that tells you what you should do next. That's just weird. Very weird. Strange as well. But that's how it is, That's this is our you know our life that we live in. And I feel that and technology too is influencing relationships as well. I mean, you understand a lot of these dating apps are basically recording everything you do. Oh yes, they are recording everything you do. They are recording. Really, they are. Audio apps are the same thing. The government want to get their hand on them. They want to regulate them. And then you start to find, well, where is my freedom gone? You know that? What's going on? You know? See, this whole thing with Ukraine and Russia, it's quite a shock. I mean, this guy, like I said, this is going back for 30 years. It's going back 30 years. You know, and I find that you know Twitter and all these other huge companies, they all try to steal news media from journalists as well. Now, how would you feel like if a huge tech company was stealing your job and selling all your personal information to third-party advertisers? I mean, that's not good. That's your living that you got to deal with, and then basically Facebook and all that were trying to give you what was called free journalism. Free journalism is just read. I wonder why. It sucks, free journalism. I mean, you gotta find what the right journalism is for you as well. You definitely gotta find the right journalism. You know that. So it's been very interesting year so far. And what's next? We live in a capitalistic society now that is just based on greed and money. Everything is just all about money. No one just cares about anyone anymore. That's what I've noticed. You know that? So why is that? Why is that? That's very weird. Very strange as well. You know, just does China have, you know, secrets that we don't know about? You know that? Is China planning is China going to plan an attack on, World War Three and tear up with Russia? That's possible. Those are two huge, big countries. You've got Scott Morrison government was giving some supplying goods and services to Ukraine, all the way from Australia. You know. But as I'm sitting here and basically recording this show as well, recording this podcast and virtually looking at how I can keep on going with the Stephen Shields radio show. It's it's been very awesome doing this podcast as well during these shit times, because the world just seems to be going to shit. It really does. You know that. But it's been fun being able to podcast with technology and social audio apps as well. Literally, I'm just sitting on my iPhone right now and I'm using Wisdom to talk to people across the world. So there's a lot we can learn from history. I mean, you got to think 100 odd years ago, there was no such thing as technology. Well, there was, but there was no internet. But now, there really is no privacy anymore on the internet, I feel. And it's just, yeah, quite shit. It is. That, yeah. It's like the government just want to get their hands on everything and want to spy on you. Like, you just don't have privacy anymore. Even on audio apps, everything's all recorded. Everything. It's like everything you do now, like with your iPhone, your Android, every app you download, it's all traced. They know what you're doing. That's why you get bombarded with advertising on social media, on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. For me, the Twitter alternative I'm using is called Mastodon at the moment, and there's a video platform that I'm using called Rumble. So I'm just trying that out and seeing how I go with that. You know, you got to try out these things, have an open mind. Because I'm noticing too, there is a lot of crap on YouTube and a lot of misinformation on YouTube. Like anyone can just get on YouTube and just talk shit and just upload crap and get clickbait and get views and just doing it to get views. So that to me pisses me off because there's just no accurate information anymore on YouTube. I don't know why people seem to get fascinated with stupidity. Like, what's the go with this? I like to watch something decent, something that's worth my time and my energy as well. See, we got a guest waiting on the show. I'm gonna let you on. All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, good morning, Stephen. How are you?
Yeah, it's good. How are you?
Good. I don't know if we've ever spoken before. I think we may have, but it's been such a long time.
It could have. How are you?
I am doing well. I kind of saw your little tagline of what the show's about, and then I've heard a little bit of your ranting here, but you can't forget about those idiots that think, well, I want to be a published author, and they go ahead and they publish a book, which really is nothing more than a massive diatribe of misinformation. It's
Uh
because
huh.
they think they're a know-it-all and they have all this wonderful knowledge, but when you examine it a little bit more closely, you find that they've really got no experience in the topic that they've been writing about. And to me, that just gets rather frustrating.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah.
So how do we stop this? How do we stop this type of misinformation?
Oh, just hang on. Something's happened with the app at the moment. I don't know what's happened. Hang on a sec. Yeah. So as I was saying before about the thing is with Fox News and gets a lot of criticism from the media in Fox News because of the way they, you know, portray their reporting as well. You got to think about media companies where they've got a huge, basically, marketing team, social media team will influence you with news headlines and headliners around the world as well. And I find that it's when you come across these, sort of issues of misinformation, conspiracy theorists out there, especially a lot of these right-wing conspiracy theorists, you find that it can confuse a lot of people, put a lot of fear into people and anxiety. Like during the 2020 presidential election with Donald Trump and Joe Biden, there was a lot of misinformation in the media every day. I remember the news headlines were just bombarding everyone every single day, just with false fake news, especially fake news. Like there's one that I'm not very happy about, news.com.au. I find spreads a lot of gossip and a lot of rumors as well. So it goes to show that government want to, especially in Australia, they want to get their hands on everything. You know that they want to it's like they want to dip their hands in your pocket and take your hard-earned money, especially from entertainment venues as well, and news media. And so this is what we're finding, and we have like a lot of trends in society as well going on. And so that's that's a hard one to say. Is how do we keep up with trends going on as well? The latest, obviously, the latest trends that we have is, yes, cancel culture, canceling people out, you know. And yeah, it's quite a strange one, isn't it? The problems that we have in this day and age as well in cancel culture and society in general. I mean, you look at Joe Rogan, almost got cancelled himself. There was pressure from the news media. And then you find, well, what's causing this? What is causing this problem as well in the news media? And I feel that, media is a strange culture to life that we have. Guys, if you are enjoying the Stephen Shields radio show, you can like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Also, too, I've got a merchandise store on Redbubble if you'd like to purchase any merchandise. And I'm on Webtalk as well. So if you're looking at monetizing your social media, you can join Webtalk. I'll leave links in the podcast description. But misinformation as well. There was a lot of misinformation about the COVID-19 vaccines. And they had a lot of misinformation about the rapid antigen test. Now the Russians have got their vaccine Sputnik. I think it's Sputnik vaccine. Sputnik 5 is a, that's the Russian vaccine. But it's not regulated under the Australian government. But I don't know if Australia will buy supplies of the Sputnik 5. But, this vaccine has just become about supply and demand, pretty much, of coronavirus. How the government got greedy and they wanted to stockpile vaccines. And this is what I'm saying, like, how cancel culture gets out there, and there's, problems with cancel culture as well. And should we have a freedom of speech in life as well? Yeah, that's a tough one. It really is a tough one. I think we just should, live the best life that we can live without, finding problems, and just take one day at a time, I guess. But you're listening to the Stephen Shields radio show, all the way in Sydney, Australia. At the moment, it's the weather now is 24 degrees Celsius, low of 19 degrees, precipitation 56%, humidity 82%, wind 8 kilometers an hour. For the US, 76 degrees Fahrenheit, precipitation 56%, humidity 82%, wind 5 miles per hour, and a low of 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's, that's weather for you as well. That is definitely weather. So we've had interesting, basically, it's been flooding a lot as well, and it's definitely made life challenging in these times. There's been a lot of flood damage in, New South Wales, Australia, and it's been hard on people, very hard on people as well. Yeah, and I can only just get up every day and just be productive as well. And find that, you know, all I can do is just keep looking out for myself. And, manifesting the best life that I can live. That's what it is all about, manifesting the best life that we can live in life as well. This is what I enjoy about wisdom as well. And, getting to find my niche and my pattern and my calling in life. So, should cancel culture exist or should it not? Is my question for you. Is cancel culture a good idea or is it not a good idea to have? You know, and is cancel culture, over, destroying humans' rights and integrities? Guys, if you want to subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show, you can. You can subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts as well. Obviously, these are recorded on Wisdom, and then they go up live as well. So you get to see a bit of the behind the scenes on Wisdom and how I, host my show as well. It's been a difficult time on everyone in this pandemic in these last 2 years. spiritually, financially, emotionally, economically, socially. You know, people are isolated as well. And you know, it's a scary thing, very scary thing for us. Very scary. But who knows whether the future's going to be in the world. Who knows where we will be in the next, 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time. I don't know. But all I can say is stay safe and look after yourself and be the best that you can be. Bye for now.